My boss fired me for no reason. Then I found out who was behind it. They say when one door closes, another opens. But they never tell you what it feels like when that door slams in your face. And the person standing behind it was someone you trusted with your whole heart. That name is Marcus. I'm 31. And 6 months ago, I got fired from the job I loved. No warning, no explanation. Just a short, cold meeting that lasted 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Yes, I counted. Let me back up a bit. I worked at a creative agency in Chicago. Marketing and brand strategy. Not glamorous, but I loved it. The people were sharp, the projects were cool, and I genuinely felt like I was building something. I'd been there for 4 years. Started as an intern, worked my way up to team lead. I wasn't the loudest or the flashiest, but I was reliable. I stayed late. I mentored new hires. I picked up slack when others dropped the ball. My boss, Andrew, once told me during a performance review, "You're the glue here, Marcus. If I had 3 of you, I could fire half the department." Funny how things age. Anyway, around that same time, I started dating someone new. Her name was Leah. We met through friends. She was funny, smart, ambitious, worked in finance, dressed like she walked out of a fashion magazine, but had that dry, dark sense of humor I couldn't resist. We clicked fast. By our 3rd date, we were finishing each other's sentences. By month 2, she had a toothbrush at my place, and by month 6, I was fired. No warning, no PIP, no HR red flags, just a quick calendar invite with the title, "Catch Up." I walked into the meeting with Andrew expecting a project update. Instead, he barely looked at me. "I'll get right to it. This isn't easy, but we've decided to let you go." I stared at him. "Wait, what?" "It's a restructuring. Budget reasons. We appreciate everything you've done, and we'll make sure you get 2 weeks severance." That's it. No feedback. No details. Nothing. I walked out of that office numb, like I just stepped out of my own body. For 2 weeks, I told myself it was bad luck. Companies go through phases. Maybe they were cutting costs. Maybe the CEO wanted fresh blood. But something didn't sit right, because 2 days after I got fired, I saw my job posted online. Same title, same responsibilities. Even the salary range was the same. It wasn't about budget, and it wasn't about restructuring. They just didn't want me, and I couldn't figure out why. I started spiraling. Did I mess something up? Did someone complain about me? I replayed every conversation, every meeting, every email. And the only thing that changed was Leah. She started acting strange after I got fired. Distant, defensive. Every time I brought up the job, she brushed it off. Maybe it was just time for a change, she'd say. This could be a blessing in disguise. She stopped sleeping over. Took longer to reply to texts. And one night, when I called her, she didn't answer, but I saw her location was at a restaurant downtown. A place we used to go together. I didn't want to be paranoid. But something was wrong. Very wrong. Then came the message. An old coworker texted me out of nowhere. "Hey, not sure if you know this, but Leah's been having drinks with Andrew. Like, regularly." My stomach dropped. I confronted her that night. She denied everything at first. Said it was business stuff. That I was overreacting. And that I was letting my emotions get the best of me. But when I pressed her, when I asked why she'd never mentioned knowing Andrew outside of work, she cracked. Turns out, they met months before I was fired. At a networking event. They hit it off. Kept in touch. Started meeting for lunch. Then dinner. Then more. And somewhere along the way, she started feeding him things I said. Jokes I made about work. Criticisms. Frustrations. Stuff I thought was just normal venting. Apparently, Andrew didn't see it that way. He thought I was disengaged, negative, and talking behind his back. But here's the kicker. She encouraged it. Framed me as a burnout. A problem. Why? Because Andrew offered her a connection. A fast track into a new client circle. A step up in her career. And I was in the way. She didn't just betray me emotionally. She cost me my job, my reputation. When I found out, I didn't yell, didn't scream. I just looked her in the eye and said, "I hope whatever you got was worth who you lost." She moved on, quickly, and so did Andrew. I later found out he replaced me with someone much younger and cheaper. I wasn't part of some grand conspiracy. I was just inconvenient. So where am I now? After 2 months of unemployment and depression, I finally got back on my feet. A friend from an old internship connected me with a creative director at a rival agency. They hired me, and within 4 months, I was managing my own team. The best part, we landed a major client Andrew's agency had been chasing for 2 years. When he found out who got the deal, he emailed me. No hard feelings. It's a small world, huh? I never replied, because when someone shows you who they are, you don't argue, you don't beg, you don't chase closure, you build, you heal, and you make sure they never get to stand in the way again. Moral of the story? Not all snakes live in the grass. Some sit across from you at dinner. Some kiss you goodnight. Some call you babe. But once they bite, you learn to walk alone and never look back.